Hello y'all, we're back in the Red Flood mod for Hearts of Iron 4, set in a world where post-war peace following World War I never existed. We're going to be playing in Europe as a nation that has seen better days. That is Austria, led by Kaiser Franz Ferdinand, the sole remnant of the Habsburg throne. The nation is partially isolated diplomatically because Hungary and Germany have fallen to revolutions and whatever accelerationist mess is going on in France. We have one national spirit at the start. It is Austrian militarism. We have a higher division recovery rate but have a lower construction speed. The army begins with 12 divisions and the Air Force consists of one fighter wing. We have quite a few commanders on hand at the start, including the famous Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox of our timeline. And an interesting thing about the infantry of Austria in this mod, they have their own special appearance. There's quite a few different leaders we can have for Austria in this mod. We're going to go with power to the moderates and put, you can guess who this is in power. Checking out the starting military tech, we have up-to-date rifles, motorized, up-to-date light tanks, and also heavy tanks that are somewhat older, but we still have them at the start, artillery, and anti-air. And for aircraft, we have the latest fighters. Franz Ferdinand calls a meeting to discuss and resolve what's going on in the Austrian parliament. Moderates get their power, the Reds are not happy, but I don't care. We're going to go down and go with reactionary supremacy. A bunch of Habsburgs are killed in a massacre, Franz Ferdinand included by their own guards. People assume the guards were alleged communist sympathizers, while leftists think it was Heimwehr funding. That is not important now. Kurt Schosnig leads the country and has given himself extreme emergency powers to deal with the Red Brigades. We receive a lot of new divisions, the Austrian Commune has taken form, and the Civil War has now begun. The war is over, we're taking back all the states the Austrian Commune had when the fight started. We can't continue our political focuses because we're waiting on an event to occur, so we'll just do some industry and some of the others. Avant-Garde France declares war on Wallonia. Rest in peace, Wallonia. It's a curb stomp. A lone gunman is sent by Adolf Hitler to kill Kurt Schosnig to secure Adolf Hitler's rise to power, and the gunman will succeed. Adolf Hitler is now in charge. He has his own national spirit, and politically he just leads his own faction within another party. What makes Hitler a centrist in this timeline? In this mod, he's going to invade the Swiss. That is what he's going to do. He's an anti-Semitic or a rabid racist, as he is in our timeline in reality, and compared to Germany and France, he is quite moderate. As long as Goebbels doesn't get in power in Germany, they aren't as bad as France per se. But when it comes to Adolf Hitler, we all have to remember this is just a fictional depiction of him. We'll be conquering Switzerland. The divisions are ready, especially the mountain divisions. And once Switzerland falls, we will be bordering France. One thing I've just noticed, the close air support fighters and naval bombers of Austria do have their own special textures. We have broken through the Swiss lines. Divisions are sent through to capture the cities, while other divisions are pinning down their military. The war shall be won soon. We're going to make a big wall, the anti-German wall, and once Switzerland falls, an anti-French wall. Good fight, Switzerland. Your mountains were very powerful, but we have won. Not satisfied with Switzerland, we're going to make the Czechoslovak kingdom a puppet, and because of our leader choice, we have access to some decent military national spirits. At the peace treaty, Slovakia will come into existence and take away some land from the Czechoslovak kingdom, which is made into a puppet. After that conflict, we got better things to check out, like our defenses on the German and French borders that would make the Maginot Line blush. Belarus has went with the Ruthenian Empire path, dragging the Intermarium into a war with Russia, and perhaps maybe some warlords. Italy has entered into the affairs of the Balkans by declaring war on Albania. The Ruthenian Empire makes it more difficult for the Intermarium, cause they're now fighting literally everyone possible in Russia. We justified on our southern neighbor Yugoslavia, and soon the soldiers will be in Belgrade. To deal with the rising tides of communists and accelerationists, we're going to seek protection from the British. Italy is fighting France and Fiume. Considering their fate in previous playthroughs, they are not long for this world. As a result of the peace treaty with Yugoslavia, there is now not one, but two Serbias, and for good measure, we have satellited Bosnia. The Bulgarian Republic is fighting the Kingdom of Romania, so as the best chance we can have, we are going to justify on Bulgaria. Our request for protection from the United Kingdom is denied by the conservative government. Their loss. The strange thing was they didn't mind guaranteeing 5 other countries. In the decisions tab, Hitler has a choice of speeches he can make. They can help with fighting France, Switzerland, and Germany, but we are going to create some divisions, and they are the Hitlerite Guards. Interesting thing, in their template they do have a lot of infantry and artillery as support, but they do have elements of motorized. Checking out the companies available to Austria, it's nice to see Porsche is still a thing, and we do have a company called Hers to make better fighters. We're fighting the Bulgarians. The Austrians have taken the capital, that is us, but it looks like the Romanians will take their backup. Bulgaria falls. Konstantin Sarakov, the reactionary party leader, is put into power to get a nice new flag, and we're going to go to war with Romania next. Romania is now under Austrian control and influence. We're running out of manpower to maintain the armies, but that's fine. We're going to invade the Kingdom of Transylvania and Moldova next because they seem weak enough. The war has begun between Avant-Garde France and Germany. The Third International and League Solar now clash against one another. Thanks to our adventures conquering our neighbors and making them into puppets, Hungary is entirely isolated and trapped between us and other nations. The Intermarium is no more. The Russian Empire has annexed all of it, giving them a border with Germany. The Kingdom of Transylvania is remade under our control. Moldova is next, and then Montenegro. A civil war has broken out in the Philippines between the accelerationists and the liberals. This is because the technocrats came to power in the United States. Moldova and Montenegro greet their new Austrian overlords, and Greece will be the next target. Big move by the United Kingdom. The leader of the Commonwealth of Nations declares war on the shogunate of Japan. France is fighting for its life, so this is the best opportunity to defend reactionary ideas. Greece falls to our advance. We will make Albania a thing again, and we'll be using Greece as a launch pad into Turkey. That launch pad has sent us flying into Turkey. We're just using Erlen Rommel's army because the attrition is rough. France has been beaten by Germany. The Italian National Republic, their ally, is not far behind them. Turkey is ours and will be used as a gateway to Assyria. Armenia is fighting a Caucasus society to their north. As the battle drags on, if the war continues, they will be subject to an Austrian invasion. Armenia is victorious very fast, and so are we after attacking Assyria. Already at war with the shogunate of Japan, the United Kingdom declares war on Germany, who just finished off Italy. The British also attack France, cause why not, even though they're essentially exiled to Africa. The Treaty of Algiers takes place. Germany takes all of Italy and France and parts of Africa. The United Kingdom gets what it seems to be just pieces of Africa, growing their empire there. It is the 20th of July. We have all of our focuses in our tree, except for the Navy because we lack a port. But if you did have a port and could do those focuses, I think the tree would last until early 1944. It's been a good run. Austria is not the biggest nation in the world, obviously, but we do have tons of subjects, creating a zone of control and influence stretching all the way from Switzerland to Assyria. The video is going to stop here. As always, Red Flood, a fun mod. Check it out in the description below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to turn on notifications.